welcome Sean Green.
Yeah! Always a jerk off clapping for himself. I can't help it. Get fired up. How's everyone doing? Yeah! It's Sunday, so if you're like me, you spend your day drinking and yelling at the television, watching NFL football. Here's the thing, in the NFL this year, there's two stories. The two big stories are, how can we stop these brain injuries, and what can we do to extend the season to make more money? Seems like kind of a contradiction. But here's my point. I've been watching the NFL for like 20 plus years. When did we start giving a shit about NFL players' brains? Like, as a society, are we really gonna miss out on anything? Like, oh, there goes the cure for cancer. Junior Seau has dementia. What? Cancel that stem cell research project we've been working on. Turns out Larry Zonka's got Parkinson's. Like, isn't that why they get into football? Because they have shitty brains? Oh, he's going after Lawrence Taylor's brain. I wish I was Lawrence Taylor, okay? He damaged his brain in the Super Bowl, making millions of dollars. I damaged my brains in a parking lot trying to do whippets to impress seniors at a Dave Matthews concert. They win, all right? You can't be awesome at football, win millions of dollars, and get tons of sympathy. It's one or the other. Speaking of brain dead idiots, you guys watch this? Well, probably not, but last night, Manny Pacquiao beat the shit out of Margarito. It's a huge pay-per-view fight. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, everyone wants him to fight Mayweather, and that's the big news. Is, oh, will he fight Mayweather? Will he not? And there's all these steroid allegations. First off, I understand why like a guy Manny Pacquiao would take steroids. Like, it makes sense. Like, he's got a lot of money on the line. Heavyweight title or middleweight title. What I don't understand is why my buddy from high school who works at Sears Tire and Auto, why is he still juicing? There's no belt he's going after. Some sort of timing belt he's looking to replace at Sears. I mean, I'm positive there's no Hall of Fame. I guess perhaps there's some competition from Mo, Manny, and Jack. I don't know. I'm not in the industry. My favorite part of the whole fight last night was when Bruce Buffer comes out and he goes, Bruce Buffer's like the greatest announcer of all time. Let's get ready to party! And I'm like, whoa, I thought it was Rumble. What's happening? He goes, I'd like to bring up to the stage the undisputed heavyweight king of music, Nelly! Undisputed. I'm calling for that belt, Nelly. I'm calling for it. Give me a ringtone and a MIDI keyboard and like 8 hours of studio time. I'm calling for your belt, buddy. I don't know if that's all it takes, but can't imagine there's much more to it. Speaking of things that were popular a long time ago that no one gives a shit about, Back to the Future has been re-released, and I enjoy the movie Back to the Future. I imagine all you hipster folks do. And the thing about Back to the Future, great movie. And I know you're saying, oh yeah, sure, there's some story issues and stuff doesn't make sense because of the whole time, space continuum. Fine, I'm not going to get into that. Here's my only beef. Marty. 17-year-old dude, cool as shit, driving that Toyota truck with the KC lights. Awesome rock guitars, he's the man. Of course he's gonna be best friends with a 6-year-old mad scientist. What? How did I miss that? You're not gonna explain why a 6-year-old crazy mad scientist is gonna be best friends with his 17-year-old neighbor? Doc is a pedophile, right? I said it. Imagine if you're Marty's dad, like, oh, hey, Dad, I'm just going over to this 6-year-old old guy's place to have unsupervised time together in his time machine. Don't worry, it's all kosher. Look, son, he's trying to fuck you. I mean, that's your thing, but I want you to know that this creepy old man is trying to make love to you. Like, you realize he's fucking Marty. I mean, let's get that out of the way. My proof is, as if I need proof for this crazy rant. My proof is, if you're a straight heterosexual dude, you build a time machine, but you also, kind of crowbar getting laid into it. Let's be honest. Like, if I had a time machine, I would go back in maybe 95, 96, not sure the exact date and time, but I would travel back in time, find the car that Jewel was living out of, and fuck the shit out of that chick. Okay? Because if I can't score with a chick living out of her car, I don't deserve to build a time machine. And I know you're saying that logic makes no sense, but Jewel has great breasts, and I love her music as well. Sorry guys, I'm a little fired up. Coming off Veterans Day. Yep, Veterans Day, celebrate veterans. Applebee's celebrated as well. They gave out free meal to all the veterans. Free Applebee's. As if they didn't suffer enough Applebee's. I'm kidding, I like Applebee's. But I was thinking like, no, I really do, I don't know. I'm not trying to like shit on it. I mean, I need Applebee's. If you guys wanted to say, hey, that guy was really funny, let's take him out to Applebee's. I'm not gonna be down on that idea. Like, I thought about that, I was like, wow, that's a great policy, but like with any policy in corporate America, you have to have some ability to enforce it. And okay, hey, I have a military ID. All right, that's fine. But I just worry about like the Vietnam vet that like slides into the booth at Applebee's, like, yeah, I'll have the sizzling Asian shrimp. That's on the house. I was out in Da Nang. Can I see some military ID? You weren't there, buddy! You weren't there! You want to bring my necklace of ears in here and show you what it was like when I was over in those rice paddies getting my legs blown off? Like, no, this is Applebee's. We don't care. They're like, oh, all right. Yeah, I imagine they're not that strict. I was in some Cold War effort you didn't know about. I was in the Bay of Pigs. Oh, that wasn't Cold War. Yeah, it sounded covert. So, you guys are hip on the talk shows and hip on the political scene. You guys have all seen Christine O'Donnell, her latest talk show circuit run. It's the, the Sarah Palin move where it's like, hey, I didn't win, but I got great legs. Book me on the talk show. She's been doing that run. Here's the thing with Christine O'Donnell. The biggest thing out of her whole campaign was, she said she experimented with witchcraft. First off, what a weird thing to experiment with in college. And secondly, all right, she claims she's not a witch. But how do we know? What's the one way to prove she's not a witch? That's right, drown her! Then we drown her, and then it's win-win. Either A, she dies an honorable Christian death, or B, we get rid of another witch and clean up this goddamn political process. Am I right, folks? Yeah. All right, that's my time.